Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending this month's April Shotsuki service. We'll go ahead and get today's service started. We'll start with sutra chanting of Sambutsuge. Namandap, 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 namandap. 고갱기기 이진무곡녀세엠묘 무요토샤 니치가츠만니 슈거엔요 가이시츠옴베 윤약 주목 뇨라 요겜 조세문이 쇼가쿠다용 고르지뻐 갈모 쇼진 삼마이지에 이덕무뇨 슈쇼케우 진나이 센냄 쇼부츠 호가이 그진진노 그고가이다이 무묘요쿠누 세손요문 인노 시시 진덕 무료 극극고라이 시에 진묘 고묘 이소 신노 다이생 강가사붓在所可動生じ未不下脱不正上位解任精進行税三昧死へ医療合成特物無行志願二歳空空一差大安慶死運物百千六万無尿大乗修尿五弱用一切死と小物不尿具の現状不逆医療五弱小物世界部不影無臭節度公明師匠変死小国尿税精進異人難尿尿が差分国土第一号州奇妙道場超絶国尿内容義務闘争ガト愛民到達一切実法内省新熱症状意図画国経絡安穏好物神妙税が心情発願納意力小小欲実法清楚死へ無下上量思想死が信用軽量心死食毒中画行精進人流不見ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがんにしくどく平等正祭道 ぼ大心往生安那公。Namandavs, namandavs, 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 namandavs. We'll now read the names for the April month. Kazue Kashiwara, Aiko and Saburo Okamoto, Doris Okamoto, Kaneto Yamamura, Mike Makoto Kimura. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandavs, namandavs, namandavs. Okay, now I'll give the Dharma message for today. Recently, we've had very nice weather, and I think it's the sign of the coming spring. So, I mean, it was pretty warm. It was like up in the 80s the past couple of days, so that was really nice. Obviously, allergies aren't great for anyone who has them, and it's because, all the flowers are blooming, the trees are looking much more full, and the same goes for a couple trees in our backyard. So I'm not 100% sure what kind of trees we have in the backyard. They were there when we got there, and I really am not sure how to take care of them. It's one of the things that I wish that I had asked my Ji-chan before he had passed away about like how to take care of fruit trees, because that was one of the many things that he was really good at. But that was something that I wish I could have asked him, because I've got no idea what to do with these trees. Anyway, of course, during the winter, they have lost their leaves, but now their leaves are starting to come back, and I was kind of admiring the trees that we have. And one of them, I kind of mentioned, I was like, this tree looks kind of funny. So it's a tree that is just like one stalk, like straight up, just one. I don't even know if it's a branch, but just from the bottom to top, just one like that. And it got a lot of leaves now. It looks very nice in that way. But for myself, when I think of a tree, I don't think of something like that. We have a couple other trees. One's, I think it's apples or something, because it was bending on the weight of like one of the apples, very small tree. So it was kind of bending kind of funny. And I didn't think that looked as strange, even though it was clearly struggling, and we had to put some posts up to help it stand up. And then, another tree that just kind of looks like a regular tree, I guess, in my head, where it's got a lot of branches coming out and everything. But it was kind of funny to think that this just one single stalk-looking tree was kind of strange or funny looking to me. Because in, I think, most things, when we think of something pretty or beauty, we think of that like symmetry, and maybe like a more modern understanding of something that's beautiful is very simplistic or clean looking, So with those kind of values or that understanding of what maybe beauty should be, that tree should be very gorgeous, just very, very straight, very symmetrical, very clean and simple looking. But to me, it looked kind of funny. And it made me think about what I thought a tree should look like, or what a pretty tree, would look like. We do have some kind of like creepy looking trees around Sacramento, but a tree that's very, big, and if it got really, I guess, nice blossoms or something, or a full tree, but it isn't necessarily symmetrical. It doesn't look like perfect. If anything, the imperfect trees are the ones that look kind of cool, the ones like big ones that you could climb up on and you could sit in, right? And they never have this like perfect seat in the tree. Maybe there's like a little V or something where you could like put yourself. But if you were to see a tree that maybe looked kind of like a chair or something, it would look very off-putting. And we have I don't know if anyone has seen this, but there's also sometimes like radio towers or something that they try to hide as trees, and they stand out. They try very hard, and I appreciate it, but they do stand out because they look too perfect, I guess. And it's really the imperfections of the other trees that make them stand out and make very beautiful. So this idea of imperfection as being beautiful, or the way things are meant to be, and when they look perfect, then they're not the way they're supposed to be, is an aspect within Jodo Shinshu Buddhism that I've been trying to convey, sort of, in my lecture series that I'm doing. I'm trying to explain Shinjin, which of course is a very important aspect of our relationship with Amida Buddha. And so if Amida Buddha accepts us as we are, with all of our imperfections, what does that mean for our life going forward, right? Once we understand that, once we feel it, once we really want to continue moving forward with our life, what do we do? There's also the opposite problem of if Amida Buddha accepts all people, no matter what their imperfections, then it's also people who maybe have done, not some not so great things. And what does it mean for those people as well? But when looking at these trees, and maybe keeping with that metaphor, when we think about our relationship with Amida Buddha and being accepted with all our imperfections, then the opportunity is for us to grow. So just as the trees need lots of care, I'm assuming we do have an orange tree that seems to give good oranges no matter what, even if I do nothing. But anyway, these trees, they need some kind of help and support to grow very well, to give good fruit, and so we have to take care of them. And in the same way, we have to take care of ourselves. Of course, we want to take care of our mental and physical well-being, but then also in the spiritual sense, if we continue to try to learn and understand and live the Dharma, we are nourishing ourselves to grow into the kind of people that Amida Buddha is trying to encourage us to become. The way that the Buddha, that the teachings, they're giving us this path to live a life that would be beneficial, not just for the people around us, but also for ourselves, how we can be our best selves and what will lead us to the most meaningful life. And so that is the important aspect, I think, of the Jodo Shinshu path, that it doesn't stop at Amida Buddha's acceptance of how we are, of imperfect beings, but rather that's the beginning of once we are accepted, or once we understand we are accepted with all of our imperfections, then it's important for us to really try to do the work to make ourselves the best versions that we can be. Just like all the trees that are around us, if they're very well taken care of, and I think, at least in my opinion, when I walk around the neighborhood, I can kind of tell people who try very hard to take care of their trees. Some are maybe they need a little more care, and that's okay. All trees, if we really try our best, they can grow into these very beautiful and wonderful aspects in our neighborhood. And so, just like them, I hope during this spring season we do a little bit of spring cleaning, but also for ourselves, not just in our houses or our backyards, trying to re-energize that idea of taking care of our Jodo Shinshu understanding of our relationship with the Buddha Dharma, and trying to grow into the best versions of ourselves that will hopefully last throughout the year. I'll now close with the letter on white ashes. In silently contemplating the transient nature of human existence, nothing is more fragile and fleeting in this world than the life of man. Thus we have not heard of human life lasting for 1,000 years. Life passes swiftly, and few among men can maintain their form for even 100 years. Whether I go before others or others go before me, whether it be today or tomorrow, who is to know? Those who depart before us are as countless as the drops of dew. Though in the morning we may have radiant health, In the evening, we may return to white ashes. When the winds of impermanence blow, our eyes are closed forever, and when the last breath leaves us, our face loses its color. The loved ones may gather and lament. Everything is to no avail. The body is sent into an open field and vanishes from this world with the smoke of cremation, leaving only the white ashes. Nothing is more real than this truth of life. The fragile nature of human existence underlies both the young and the old. Therefore we must, one and all, turn to the teachings of the Buddha Dharma and awaken to the essence of life. By so understanding the meaning of death, we come to appreciate the meaning of this life, which is to be treasured because it is unrepeatable. By virtue of true compassion, let us realize the unexcelled value of this existence, and let us live together with gratitude in our hearts. If you could please join me for closing gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Naman Nabus, Naman Nabus, Naman Nabus. Thank you again, everyone, for attending. Please join us tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. for our regular Sunday service. Bye. Take care.